Hello my people, welcome to another tutorial. In today's tutorial I bring you this very easy and quick top to make. You can make it longer, smaller, shorter, depending on your preference. It's very easy. It's a repeat one row top, so you should be able to make this in a day or less. It is beginner friendly and I have a written pattern available, so I will leave the link to the written pattern in the description box. You can check it out if you like that. So yeah, we are just going to go straight into the tutorial. So today I'm using mica from Voledo. It's 50 grams, 165 meters each, and it's 51% acrylic and 49% cotton. It is like a size 2-3 in between there, so I'll just call it a size 3, and it recommends a 2 to 4 millimeter hook. I am going to be using a 3.0 millimeter hook and a tape measure. You'll also need scissors. So you can use any other yarn and its recommended hook size. So you are going to make a foundation chain that is equivalent to your shoulder measurements plus 5 inches. Okay, so make your stitches loose. We are going to make a chain, and this chain should be multiples of 4 plus 2. So it's like 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 in the end plus 2 for the turning chain. Okay, so multiples of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give you the standard measurements and you can use that, or you can take your own measurements. I'll see you once you have the chain. So I have my chain. Mine is 20 inches because my shoulder measurements is 15 plus 5 inches. That makes it 20. So for row 1 we are going to be using half double crochet. So yarn over, you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th chain you are going to make a half double crochet. So go into the 5th chain, make a half double crochet, and in that same chain you're going to make 4 half double crochets. So we are making clusters of 4 stitches. Okay, so you are going to go ahead and skip 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th chain you are going to make 4 half double crochets. So that's 2, 3, and 4, and then you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th chain you are going to make 4 half double crochets. So you're going to do that until you get to the end of your chain, and I will see you there. So this is what I have, and at the end I have 3 stitches remaining. So what you do is you skip 2 stitches, and then into the 3rd chain you're going to make 1 half double crochet. So that is our row 1. Now for row 2 you're going to chain 2, turn your work, and we are going to go into the middle of this stitch. Okay, so you're skipping 1, 2 stitches, and then now into the 3rd stitch on top here of this, on top of this cluster you will make a cluster. So I will make 4 half double crochets. It's like on top of the middle cluster. Okay, and then I'm going to skip 4 stitches, so it will be 1, 2, 3, skip 3 stitches, and into the 4th stitch, yeah, it's in the on top here, I am going to make a cluster. So 4 half double crochets, and then next is 1, 2, 3, into the 4th one, a cluster, and that is going to be it. Basically this is a repeat of 1 row, and I want to make this a bit longer because I've gained some inches around my waist. I need more coverage. I would usually go for a more cropped version, but the older you get, once you hit 30, it is easy to gain weight and so hard to take it off. Same as our skin gets drier very faster. As much as it is harder for someone to lose weight, it is easy to take care of our skin. And I want to show you something. Just a minute. I always considered my skin normal to dry, But over the years, as I got older, my skin started to get drier, more pigmented, especially during the summer. Like I have a lot of pigmentation around here during the summer, and I always have to use anti-pigmentation skincare routine. A few months ago, I started to use this UFO3 Deep Facial Hydration Device by FOREO Sweden, and let me tell you, my skin has improved like a lot. So my skin is more radiant. As you can see, all the pigmentation that I always have here is disappearing, and today I'm going to show you how I use it. I will use the Glow Addict. It's a mask, so you just put the mask on and then secure it like this. So you can use this using the app, or you can use it manually like I'm going to do. So you just choose your light, and today I'm going to go with green. So I will place this until I get to green. I have my green light, and I'm just going to rub it on my face. And the green light is said to brighten a dull complexion and even the skin tone. That's why I'm using it today, because of my high pigmentation during the summer. The UFO3 uses LED therapy, and this uses different wavelength of light to refine skin and, you know, combat signs of aging. And we want to keep a youthful skin, right? The aim is to keep looking this young for a long time. So it has a warming hyper infusion that helps mask ingredients like absorb deep into your skin, keeping it so moisturized, and it is said to increase moisture by 126% in just 2 minutes. So it is not like a regular sheet mask. The UFO3 gives you benefits of a 5-spa facial, and this is just like having a spa in your own home. Like, it's so relaxing. And so this is how my skin looks like after the 90 seconds. And if you are someone that wants to keep your skin looking young, you can get yourself one of these. And this is not an offer that they normally do, but at the moment they're giving a 30% off for any customer that uses my link that I'm going to leave in the description box. And that is not all. They are celebrating the 11th anniversary, and you know what? For the first 50 people to use my coupon code, which is Agnes11, you are going to get 11% off, because they are celebrating their 11th birthday and they're being generous. So do your skin a favor and get one of these. So thank you so much FOREO Sweden for sponsoring this video. So just go on with this pattern until you get to the end of the row, and I will show you how to finish it off. So coming to the end, it's still going to be skip 3 on top of this cluster. I will make my last cluster, so it's 4 half double crochets in one stitch, and then you're just going to skip 2 stitches, and on top of this chain 2, sorry, you're going to make a half double crochet like that. Okay, so we are done with row 2, and we're just going to keep repeating row 2 until we have our length. So I am going to chain 2, turn my work, and just do the same. So first you skip 2, and then you work into the 3rd stitch that is on top of this first cluster. So when you're ending, you skip 2. When you're starting the row, you skip 2. Everything else, you're skipping 3. Okay, so everything in between, like here, we just skip 3 stitches and then work a cluster into the 4th stitch. A cluster is made of 4 half double crochets. So we are not chaining anything, we are just working 4 half double crochets in every 4th stitch. Okay, so easy, so quick to work with, by the way. So this is going to be the repeat. So you're just going to repeat row 2, and I will see you once you have the length of your top. You can make it very long, you can make it a crop top, depends on what you like. You can make it like a sweater, I don't know, a dress, whatever. So I will see you when you're done. So this is what I have, and I did about 14 inches long. So this is the length of my top. You can do longer if you like, or shorter, depends on your preference. And once you have this, then you are going to go ahead and replicate this exactly the same and have your second panel. Okay, so do 2 identical panels, so it's the same number of stitches and the same length. And yeah, once you're done with that, then we are going to join them, and then we do the sleeves. So now we are going to work on the sleeves. The sleeves, we are working in rounds, and since we are working in rounds, we don't need the chain 2 for turning. And so we are going to do multiples of 4, 4 plus 4, 4 plus 4, 4 plus 4, until we have our arm measurement. So measure your upper arm, the biggest part of your arm, which is normally the biceps. Add 4 inches to that, okay? So if you want your sleeve smaller than how mine looks, then you can add maybe 2 inches. But if you want it bigger, then you can go, you know, more inches. But for me, I added 4 inches. So mine around my biceps is 10. When I add 4 to that, I will make a chain of 14. So make a slip knot. And we are going to make 14 chains, 14 inches for me. So it depends on yours. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So do not make it tight, as you can see, and then I'll see you once you have your measurements. It's multiples of 4, okay? So I have my 14 inches of chain, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my chain, make it straight like this, and then I will go into the first stitch, this first what is it called, the chain, first chain, and I'm going under 2 so that it is more stable. So I'll go in there and I'm going to make a slip stitch like this. Then we are going to start on round 1, so we'll be working in rounds. So you're going to chain 2, and this chain 2 is going to count as a stitch. All right, so I'm going to go into this very same stitch where my chain is, and I'm going to work 3 double crochets to make it 4. So that's 2, and that is 3. So 3 double crochets plus this chain makes it 1 cluster. So now we're going to continue like how we did before. So you skip 1, 2, 3, and then into the 4th chain, and I'm working under 2 loops. In the 4th chain, I make a cluster. So half double crochet 1, half double crochet 2, half double crochet 3, and half double crochet number 4, like that, and then yarn over and 1, 2, 3 into the 4th, another cluster. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to repeat this until I get to the end of the round, and I will see you there. So once you get to the end, you have 1, 2, 3 stitches left. So you skip 3 stitches, and then on top of this chain 2, you are going to make a slip knot, a slip stitch. All right, so now we are going to chain 2, and we're going to turn our work because we want to match our front and back panels. So we keep turning our work at the end of every round. So once you turn your work, you're going to yarn over, and of course you skip the first 2, and on top of this stitch, the middle of the cluster of the 3rd stitch, you are going to make your cluster. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and then you're going to yarn over, and then you're going to skip 1, 2, 3 on top of this fourth one, which is the middle stitch of the cluster. You're going to make 4 half double crochets, and then you're just going to continue doing that till the end of the round. And once you get to the end of the round, I will meet you so that we can finish it off. Okay, I'm coming to the end of the round, and this should be my last one. And what you do is just you go on top of this chain 2, and then you make a slip stitch like this. So that's the end of our round 2. Now for round 3, then you repeat what you did on round 2. You chain 2, turn your work, and in the third stitch, which is on top of this cluster, you make your first cluster. And then you go on top of the next cluster, you make your second cluster. And you are simply going to repeat this until you have length of your top. That is from around your biceps or underarm to your wrist area. Okay, so do that, and I will meet you once you have your sleeve ready. So this is my sleeve. It's about 17 inches long, and you are going to do another identical sleeve, same number of clusters and the same length, and I'll meet you once you have both sleeves so that we can attach everything together. We can sew everything together. So I had done some ruffles down there, but I changed my mind, so I will not show you that. So we are going to lay everything like this. Decide where you want your wrong side to be and what you want your right side to be, and let's put the wrong sides outside. So the wrong side facing up and down, and then the right sides are facing each other inside. Okay, so, and you are going to need a stitch marker. So I want to leave 12 inches in the middle because I want it to be like an off shoulder sort of, but if you want, you can leave less inches or you can leave much more. So of course, if you're making a bigger size, then you're going to leave more inches than 12. So it's like my shoulder measurements minus 3 inches. So that's 12 for me. So whatever your shoulder measurements are, minus 3 inches. So you can leave that in the middle, or you can leave more inches. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure my full panels. It's about 21 and a half. Then subtract 12 from that. Yeah, and I'm remaining with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a half. So if I divide that by 2, because I need 2 sides, then I will have 4.5, approximately 4.5. So I will measure what 4.5 is here. It's about 4.5 is about how many clusters? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I will leave 5 clusters on the side. Okay, so it's approximately, doesn't have to be exactly that. So I will leave 5 clusters on the side and also 5 clusters on this other side. So I am going to join these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will join 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. So let's join. I'm going to be using the same hook, and I'm going to use slip stitches to join. You can use darning needle if you like, and use your best method to join. So what I will do is reattach my yarn at the end here in this last stitch. Okay, and like this, and I'm going to simply slip stitch in every stitch. So slip stitch all my way until I have 5 clusters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and once I have that, I'm just going to cut off my yarn and go to the other side and do the same on this other side. Okay, but if you want, you can also work like a single crochet row. I think I should work a single crochet row just to make it look better, but I will do that later. So I will reattach my yarn on this other side and just redo the same thing I did on the other side. So reattach my yarn in the first stitches like this and work slip stitches in every stitch. I will do 5 and then cut off your yarn. So once you're done, and if I turn to this right side, it just looks something like this. Okay, so do both sides, and then we are going to do the sleeves, attach the sleeves. So this is what it should be looking like once you have it joined, and now we're going to do the sleeves. So once you have your sides joined, this is the wrong side. We are still going to work on the wrong side while we are attaching the sleeves. So you will just still turn it to the wrong side like this, and you're going to get one of your sleeves. The sleeve is on the right side. Okay, so you're going to get one of your sleeves, and I like to put this seam at the bottom like the underarm, so I do it like this, and then you're going to go like this, open it like this, insert in your sleeve, align it nicely on this side. Okay, and then you bring this top part back over it, so the sleeve is in between the panels. Align it nicely like this, stretch it nicely, and then you can put a stitch marker where it my scissor got broken. My son broke it literally, so just cut like this. You can use a stitch marker. I never know where mine are, so just go down here. You see how it is aligned? So go down here where it starts and ends, and you are going to mark that place with a stitch marker. Make sure the rows are the same on this side and on this other side. Okay, so once you have that, then we are now going to join from here all around like this and to the bottom. All right, so we are going to start working. So what you'll do is reattach your yarn. So I'm starting here and I'm going to start right here. Okay, so reattach your yarn like this, and we are going to work all around. So I'm simply going to go into every stitch with a slip stitch. So go all around like this, all around until you're back to the stitch marker, and I'll meet you there. So I'm back here where I have my stitch marker, and what I will do is I'll just go into this first slip stitch that I made here and slip stitch like that. And then now I'm just going to work my way down. So work my way down and do the same. So I will meet you once you are done. So once you have that done, just cut off the yarn, and as you can see, if you turn your sleeve, then it looks something like this on the right side. So you are going to do the exactly same for this other side, and I'll see you once you have the two sleeves. So I removed the ruffles that I had here. I changed my mind about them. I don't think they were looking that nice. So we have all our sides done, and now I want to do the bottom. For the bottom, I'm just going to do a row of half double crochets. So we did not cut off our yarn. I'm just going to chain 2, and I'm going to go into every stitch with a half double crochet. So in these chains, I will do 2 half double crochets, 3 half double crochets, because we're skipping 3 chains, right? So 3 half double crochets, and then 1 in here, 3 half double crochets, and then 1 in here. And this is very optional, you don't have to do this really. So 2 and 3 in the chain space, and then 1 like this. Okay, so I'm just going to do this all around, and then once I'm done with that, I'll come and do the top part. So for a tip, you can 1, 2 and 3, and then instead of putting it right here, because I realize it's pulling it, you can just put it like into the middle here. Okay, and then it's not pulling it down like this. It looks better, I think. 1, 2, 3, and then in the middle there. Okay. So instead of just here, because it pulls it down, then in the middle of this cluster like that. Okay, so I've come to the end, and I'm just going to go on top of this chain 2, close it off with a slip stitch, and then cut off the yarn. And now we are going to do the other side. So that is how it looks after this row. And now we are going to do, you're going to reattach your yarn wherever you want to. So reattach yarn, chain 1, sorry, and I'm going to only work single crochets instead of half double crochets. So I'm going to go into this first one with a single crochet, and then into this second one with a single crochet, and I'm going to go into every stitch with a single crochet. You can work half double crochets if you wish, but I'm only going to be working with single crochets in every stitch. So 1 single crochet in every stitch and all around until I get back here. And once I'm back here, I just close it off with a slip stitch and then cut off the yarn. So once you're done sewing your ends, and you're basically done, that's all. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the tutorial. It's quite simple, easy, and if you'd like it, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, share this video, and if you like the written pattern, the instructions on how to get those, they are in the description box and the comment section, so check that out. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.